Hello, welcome for the third chapter of Salivari talks. Today the spaghetti are, let's say, this kind of discovery spaghetti because I was lazy to cook them and I took what was left from my housemate and now I just taste them and I noticed that they're gluten free. Well, they are not so bad. It's just you can feel that something is left away, and it's regular pesto with a bit of espelette spicy, and today no cheese. Well, I ask myself what could be the topic of today, and somehow I focus on romanticism or romantics, because somehow, well, I'm not an expert on this movement, but a lot of time I had some people saying that I am a romantic, or the other person have this kind of definition, and somehow for me it's kind of abstract to really know what they mean when they say that I'm a romantic. Then I put my hat because I just washed my hair and fucking are going everywhere and it's disturbing me. Well, for me, romantics is something really old and kind of precise in the time and history. Then I can understand that nowadays it somehow is still going on. And I guess maybe the common point I have with romantics is that somehow we try to find a connection with the environment in which we are. And I actually not really look forward to be in the nature, or actually I've been fascinated by people that are in front of one landscape and they say, wow, that's so great, that's and they seems to have really great feeling inside them. I like landscape, but I never had so big feeling, I guess. And maybe what I prefer in landscape when I'm driving or on the train, so I would say moving landscapes. And then I find somehow a sort of connection or a way to create a relationship between what I see and what's going on. Well, maybe I'm a romantic, and actually that doesn't disturb me. I'm not really. I don't find it so important point to be in a wave or something that can describe how I should suppose to be. But this point on the creating connection and a relation between what is inside and what is outside, I guess it's kind of a sort of motor for some kind of creativity. For example, I love to walk in the supermarkets, really the most big shop with everything that China can produce and our country can present on the display of the shops. And this kind of walks, they are really, I wanted to think about a lot of stuff and on different layouts, and it's this theory, and probably it's true, that they put products and sort of logic that show the psychology of the customer. So somehow, if I take this point as true, I can as well use it to find a sort of product psychoanalysis for myself. And then I can really enter in a kind of dialogue with which kind of products I'm focused on and which one they are call me somehow, and how my mind is seduced by some stuff. And then I guess I should be really funny to watch in the supermarkets, because I can pass maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes in front a product and get really into deep thoughts about myself, about the world, industry, or farming, love, maybe. I think maybe sometime you imagine a sort of meal you could share with someone, and then you get somewhere else. So maybe that's the logic of the romantics. And I'm curious about what kind of other logic it's possible to have, because for me it's kind of natural condition, because I always like feel a fight or struggle between the inner world and what's going outside. And that's, I mean, for me it came also, you know, you have the absurd theater, like Beckett, that kind of say something similar, probably in other terms, but it was like this point about the lack of communication, or is the real communication between people possible, because you say something and the person you are speaking with understands something else, and then the conversation really get absurd, and in the same time it's going on. So it's a sort of battle of dreams, and the minds are connecting stuff and presenting it in the external world, and have another kind of dream and way to connect stuff against, and they have to negotiate something that at the end seems to be with the sense or understandable. Today I will smoke because my spaghetti were not so much, and I have no cheese, so let's say that this is part of the menu. I forget my coffee, even if I had prepared it, but that's not important. To get back in romanticism and this kind of connection with the external, there is another theory I really appreciate that have been formulated by Guy Debord in Paris, I guess during the 60s, and it's called the psychogeography. And to make it short, and for sure incomplete, it's supposed that the landscape or the urban streets you are involved in, they show off something about yourself, and you can really create a deep connection on a psycho level. And I kind of appreciate it because it's mean that you can create a point of view to watch the world, and the meaning of what is around you doesn't really have the meaning that is supposed to have, or the shape of an object. You can read it as somehow what you think it is. Let's make a stupid example, but let's say you see a bottle, and it's a bottle. It's used to, most of the time, put some liquid in it, and to serve, to conserve, to sell, and this kind of functional sides of the bottle. But if you are in a kind of psychogeography level the bottle can get in your mind differently, somehow as its work in dreams, and have totally a different meaning. Well, in the dreams, probably for the mind, this secret meaning it's clear, and then you wake up and try to read it as you can. So the reality is this kind of situation. You are wake up, but everything could be part of a dream that you have to read, and somehow push you to order the perception that you have from everything around, and also it's create the perception of what you are inside. So to get back in the supermarket and to finish today, you maybe go thousands of times in the supermarket and you don't really care about bottles, and then someday the bottles have a meaning and you stop in front of them, or you buy them, or you break them, or you escape from them, or anything other behave you can have started by the moment you noticed the existence of the bottle. So I won't even push myself in a sort of situationism or psychogeographist person. Also because Guy Debord itself, himself, was inviting to not enter in this kind of logic as a wave or something like that. But I'm using this example to try to share how I'm walking around and how I'm playing with the perception of what's going on, and then sometime I get deeper and maybe really try to make a wall and to explore this inner meaning with an object that could be as familiar as a bottle. And yes, maybe that is also a romantic way of life. But I guess that somehow this behavior, it's really part of something really human, and it's not matter if it's emotional, if it's scientist, if it's religious, or anything else that create a relationship with your environment, and then it produce somehow a way to order it and then a form, and so on. Well, that was the third chapter of Salivari Talks with gluten-free spaghetti. I'm not sure I will repeat soon this experience, and next week I will try to have a more complex recipe, and then we will see what kind of dogs it's produce. Thank you for your attention, and this video is part of the Lumpen Universität in Espace Libre Bienne. Thank you for your attention, and see you soon.